Welcome back to The Lost Tactician, where we uncover the stories that history nearly forgot, the tales of endurance, survival, and mysteries that refuse to stay buried. Today we're descending into the tunnels and shadows of wartime Poland, chasing a legend that has captivated treasure hunters and historians for decades. Imagine, if you will, a train heavy with Nazi gold and looted masterpieces, disappearing into the chaos of a collapsing Reich. For over 70 years, the ghost train has haunted the mountains of Lower Silesia, spawning expeditions, official digs, and endless speculation. But what's real and what's folklore? We're about to find out. In August 2015, the world's attention turned to Wałbrzych, a modest Polish city nestled in the forested mountains of southwestern Poland. Two treasure hunters, one Polish, one German, announced they had discovered something extraordinary using ground-penetrating radar, evidence of a buried train, possibly armored, hidden in a sealed tunnel near the city. The claim ignited a media firestorm. News outlets from London to Tokyo breathlessly reported on the possibility that this could be the legendary Nazi gold train, rumoured to have vanished in the final days of World War II, carrying plundered wealth from Breslau, now Wrocław, as Soviet forces closed in. This wasn't the first time such rumours had surfaced. Wałbrzych sits in what was once German Silesia, a region honeycombed with tunnels, bunkers and underground complexes built by the Third Reich. As the war entered its death throes in early 1945, the Nazi regime frantically attempted to hide stolen treasures, weapons and valuable materials from advancing Allied armies. Among the most enduring legends was that of a train, sometimes called the Gold Train or Armoured Train, said to have departed from Breslau in April 1945, laden with gold bars, precious art, and jewels looted from museums, banks and victims across occupied Europe. According to local law, this train entered a tunnel near Szunch Castle and never emerged. The entrance was reportedly sealed, either by German engineers or collapsing rock, entombing its cargo beneath the Owl Mountains. To understand the ghost train's allure, we must first grasp the scale of Nazi plunder. The Third Reich systematically looted occupied territories, seizing everything from national gold reserves to private art collections. As defeat loomed, high-ranking officials ordered the concealment of these assets. Historical records confirm that the Germans constructed extensive underground facilities in Lower Silesia, including the still mysterious Project Reich, a sprawling network of tunnels and chambers whose exact purpose remains debated. Some historians believe these complexes were intended as secret weapons factories or command centers. Others suggest they served as treasure vaults. Local witnesses from the immediate post-war period provided tantalizing testimonies. Elderly Poles recalled seeing German soldiers working urgently near railway tunnels in the spring of 1945. Some claim to have observed a train entering a tunnel that was subsequently dynamited shut. These accounts, passed down through generations, became woven into regional folklore. In the 1970s, the Polish military conducted secretive searches in the area, drilling exploratory shafts and investigating tunnel systems. They found nothing conclusive, but the searches themselves validated the legend's persistence, suggesting that authorities took the rumors seriously. Decades passed, with sporadic amateur searches yielding little more than rusted tracks and collapsed mine shafts. Then came 2015, when Piotr Koper and Andreas Richter announced their discovery. They claimed their ground-penetrating radar had detected a structure consistent with an armoured train approximately 70 meters below ground. The Polish government, initially responded with cautious optimism, with the deputy culture minister stating that evidence suggested something was indeed buried there. The announcement, it transformed Wałbrzych overnight. Treasure hunters descended on the area with metal detectors, and tour companies quickly launched ghost train expeditions. The city's economy, which had been struggling since the collapse of its coal industry, suddenly boomed with all these curiosity seekers. The initial ground-penetrating radar images showed anomalous patterns beneath the earth, straight lines and regular shapes that honestly didn't appear natural at all. For believers, these patterns matched the dimensions of a German Reichsbahn armoured train. Media coverage intensified, and somewhat prematurely, some outlets even declared the mystery solved. However, not everyone was convinced. Geologists and radar specialists began scrutinizing the data, raising fundamental questions about interpretation and methodology. Ground-penetrating radar works by sending electromagnetic pulses into the ground and measuring the echoes that bounce back from different materials. While effective at detecting density changes and void spaces, GPR can produce ambiguous results in complex geological environments. Critics argued that the radar signatures could easily represent natural rock formations, water-filled cavities, or remnants of wartime construction that had nothing to do with a train. Independent geological surveys suggested the anomalies might be compressed glacial deposits or geological faults. In August 2016, the official excavation began. Polish authorities, working with military engineers and archaeologists, carefully dug into the site where the train was supposedly buried. Teams removed tons of earth, braced tunnels, and methodically searched for any trace of the ghost train. The results were definitive. Nothing. No train, no treasure, no sealed tunnel entrance. The site contained only natural geological features and traces of wartime military activity unrelated to any hidden transport. The announcement devastated believers and, frankly, embarrassed the treasure hunters, though Koper and Richter maintained their conviction that something remained undiscovered nearby. Despite the failed excavation, the legend refuses to die. Amateur treasure hunters still arrive in Wałbrzych with equipment and determination, convinced that the official dig simply searched in the wrong location. The city has embraced its association with the mystery, offering tours of the Krzyż Castle complex and underground tunnels that feed the ghost train narrative. Local businesses sell souvenirs depicting armoured trains and gold bars. The legend has become economically valuable, transforming a post-industrial city into an unlikely tourist destination. The ghost train isn't unique. World War II spawned numerous lost treasure legends across Europe, from Rommel's supposed buried gold in North Africa to rumoured caches hidden in Austrian lakes. What distinguishes the Wałbrzych story is its specificity and persistence. The combination of documented Nazi construction projects, credible witness testimonies, and the region's genuine wartime significance creates a foundation just plausible enough to sustain belief. Psychologically, such legends appeal to our desire for hidden history and sudden discovery. They offer the tantalizing possibility that major secrets remain unearthed, that ordinary people might stumble upon extraordinary findings. Moreover, there's historical precedent for Nazi hidden assets. The Merkers mine discovery in 1945, where American forces found billions in gold reserves and stolen art, proves that the Germans did conceal massive treasures underground. The Monument's men and subsequent recovery efforts uncovered countless hidden caches across Europe. This documented reality lends credibility to legends like the ghost train, even when specific claims prove unfounded. So, what's real? Historical records confirm that the Nazis plundered extensively and attempted to hide assets as defeat approached. The Germans did construct elaborate underground facilities in Lower Silesia. Trains carrying valuables did depart from Breslau in 1945, and many of those assets have never been recovered. However, no credible evidence supports the existence of a specific armoured train sealed in a tunnel near Wałbrzych. The 2016 excavation, combined with geological analysis, strongly suggests the ghost train exists only in folklore. Yet, the legend's value transcends whether gold actually lies buried beneath those mountains. The ghost train's story represents our complex relationship with World War II's unresolved mysteries and the moral weight of stolen property that rightfully belongs to victims and their descendants. Every treasure hunt, however quixotic, is also an act of historical investigation that keeps these questions alive. The true treasure isn't gold. It's understanding how wartime chaos creates enduring mysteries and why we remain compelled to solve them. The ghost train reminds us that history isn't always neat or complete. Gaps in the historical record invite speculation, and legends fill spaces where documentation fails. As researchers continue examining wartime archives and as technology improves, we may yet uncover definitive answers about what happened in those final chaotic days of April 1945. The tunnels beneath Wałbrzych hold secrets, certainly, but perhaps not the ones treasure hunters seek. The real story here is about human resilience through uncertainty, the enduring impact of wartime trauma on communities, and our collective unwillingness to let mysteries rest. Whether or not a train lies buried beneath those Polish mountains, the search itself reveals truths about history, hope, and the treasures we value most. If you're captivated by history's unsolved mysteries and the tactical stories that shaped our world, hit that like button, share this video with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe to The Lost Tactician. We're committed to bringing you the stories where survival, strategy, and history intersect, where the past still has lessons for today. Until next time, stay curious, stay tactical, and keep searching for truth in the shadows of history.